All right, true believers, welcome this morning. I've had a little bit of a hiatus from doing the shows, but I'm back. This is John Krupa, and this is the Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries. Today's case is a stalker case. And this case is right out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, in northeast PA. This is the stalker case of a serial rapist, Pam and Anita Fendrock, are cousins, and they both were assaulted by this mysterious stalker slash rapist. And we're going to draw them today. Today is National Sarah Day, too. We're going to listen to some Sarah Evans in the background. So strap in, guys, and get ready to enter the world of the freedom to draw unsolved mysteries, starting in a couple of seconds. And we're going to draw Pam and Anita Fendrock here, and we're going to tell you a little bit about their case as we listen to it's National Sarah Day. And we're going to listen to some Sarah Evans in the background. So this article is from February of this year. The unsolved cousins still seek serial rapist. Two cousins who are northeastern Pennsylvania natives are sharing a story they've held close for more than 30 years. The two women were among a series of victims attacked by a serial rapist in Wilkes-Barre in the late 1980s. The rapist was never caught, but the cousins have never given up hope that their case would one day be closed. Pam Fendrock and Anita Fendrock Janaki share more than blood. The cousins also share a decades-old trauma. Now they think it's time to share their story. And probably most of you have never even heard of this case. I believe it was kept under tight wraps, pretty much, not to get people nervous or excited about things going on in Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania is a small town in the northeast corner in Luzerne County, not too far from New York. But in the late 1980s, Wilkes-Barre was a town that was relatively safe, from what I hear. As we listen to little Sarah Evans on National Sarah Day. Anybody with the name of Sarah, give them props today, because it's their day. And these are two cousins that share the same story of getting raped, which is definitely an odd set of circumstances. They are still seeking the perpetrator, the crimes that were committed against them. No one got killed, but definitely traumatic events that happened to these two women. It's always been on my mind. It's never left me. It's always there somewhere, Pam said in a sit-down interview with investigators in January. There may be, the cousins say, advocacy is one of the reasons they're choosing to come forward now. There may be somebody who something happened to them when they were our age, when they were 20 or 25, and it's, 30 years later, and they were never able to talk about it. So maybe now they can, Anita said, but it's not the only reason. On June 12th, 1989, Pam showed investigators a folder she's held on to all these years that details what happened in Wilkes-Barre on June 12th, 1989. It had rained for more than a week straight, and the skies were finally clear, so Pam and Anita went for a late night walk on South River Street after Pam finished her bartending shift. It was around 2 a.m. Now in this area, it was relatively safe to do stuff like that. Like I said, this was a relatively safe community, the town of Wilkes-Barre in the late 80s. As we listen to Sarah Evans on this National Sarah Day, on a side note, we did get the opportunity to see Sarah Evans live, and it was phenomenal. I cannot find one thing to complain about. They weren't busy that time of night, but we picked the main street. We were going to go for a donut. We were going to walk for a donut and coffee. Pam said. They heard footsteps behind them and separated to let who they thought was a runner pass. But an arm went around each of their necks, and a man with a gun guided them across South River near West South Street. What's now a park was just woods back then, and very, very dark. He had a burlap bag, and he put over one of our heads, and then the other one of us, I had leggings on. He used our leggings. He had one set of bindings, and he had to improvise in some way Anita described. That improvisation led Wilkes-Barre police to believe the man did not intend to rape 2 women that night, but he did. He attacked Pam and Anita along the Susquehanna River, where the levee wall now stands. The cousins said it felt like forever, but they never left each other. There was a period of time during the whole thing, a big part of the time, I was certain he was going to kill us. I was absolutely certain he was going to kill us, but I knew for sure if one of us got away, the other one wouldn't survive, Anita said. Pam added, it was not an option. So this was a particularly brazen perpetrator, not letting the fact that there was 2 women stumble in his way. He still committed the act, and that is very ballsy on it. If you think about, put yourself in the perpetrator's shoes, it's pretty brazen to try a stunt like that when clearly he was prepared to do this to one victim, but he decided to go for 2. It's pretty brazen. So we listened to Sarah Evans on this National Sarah Day. Detective's greatest failure. Pam and Anita would later learn that the horrors they survived matched a series of other rapes in the Wilkes-Barre area during that time. Investigators believed at least 3 prior cases could have been the work of the same man. Former Wilkes-Barre Police Chief Jesse DeSoy Jerry DeSoy was a detective at the time and was investigating the serial rape cases. He and his partner took the lead on Pam and Anita's case. I've had other cases I didn't solve, but if there were ever victims who deserved to have their case solved, these were the two, DeSoy said. DeSoy is now the assistant director of the police academy at Lackawanna College in Scranton. He tells each incoming class of cadets about Pam and Anita's case and how it still haunts him. Did we get close? Is that what stopped it? Did the suspect die? Did the suspect go to jail? Did he move out of the area? I cannot tell you these things. All I can say is I'm taking credit for anything. I'm not taking credit for anything. It's an unsolved case in my mind, and it will always be, and it will be one of my greatest failures as an investigator, he said. So I'm thinking the guy, this wasn't his first rodeo. Yeah, I mean, he came with the burlap bag and he had the equipment stuff already planned out. So usually when people do that, it's not their first time. You know, they've done it before. And who knows if this man that did this was even from the area. Was he just a transient that decided to troll around town that night off of any given exit, that he just decided to take the Wilkes-Barre exit? It's possible. It's definitely sure that this was a crime of opportunity. He definitely was intending on raping somebody, and he just took that opportunity to assault these two women, and he did not care that there was two of them. I would say that this is a dangerous individual, whoever did this. It didn't stop him that there was two people. The case gets fresh eyes. When investigators contacted Wilkes-Barre police about the case, the chief reopened the 34-year-old case file, and an officer was dedicated to going through it in hopes of finding something that could break the case now. DeSoy told investigators he will take another look at the file also, though he's never really stopped thinking about it or about Pam and Anita. The three still consider themselves friends. One of Pam's last texts to me recently was, "Don't be burdened by this." She was more worried about me being upset about not solving it than the fact that it wasn't solved. I mean, that's just the kind of good people we are dealing with here, he said. The cousins credit their survival to having shared that too. Each anniversary gets a little easier. He did not win. He did not win. My life has been affected, but whoever he is, he didn't win, Pam said. The way evidence is collected in rape cases is a lot different today than in 1989. Today, federal law requires evidence to be tested for DNA. Investigators said there may not be anything in Pam and Anita's file to test today, but they are still looking. This may have been a person not even from the area. Just stopped off one night and decided to do this. He probably did it in other areas. It was definitely a guy that was not new to it, because he would have been caught. This guy was seasoned at what he was doing. He was good at it because he did not get caught. Or he could have been lucky. But either way, he did not get caught. So that's something to be said right there, the fact that he did not get caught. And there is not much else on this case, guys. And the fact that they were cousins, 2 in 1 victim, that makes it definitely not your average run-of-the-mill case here. I'm willing to bet that this is not the first or the last time that this offender did these things to women. He got away here in Wilkes-Barre, and he probably went on to different areas and did it again and again and again. Hopefully he got caught, but we do not know. Till we find his identity, this case remains unsolved, and it is a stalker case. He clearly, it was a crime of opportunity, but he saw them and he stalked them for a little bit. You don't want to cooperate, do you? It's definitely Stalker. It's National Sarah Evans Day. We're listening to some Sarah Evans here in the background. I'm wondering if there was any touch DNA off of the leggings that he used to tie the one girl up, as it said there. I wonder if they can get some DNA from anything. I'm guessing that the perpetrator probably took the burlap sack with him, because that would be a good piece of evidence right there, and he probably would have been caught. So they probably, don't quote me, but they probably did not get the burlap sack that he used to put over the one girl's head. That does it, guys. This is the finished product of Pam and Anita Fendrock, and like we always do around this time, these are the places that you can contact. Also, Pennsylvania State Troopers too would be a good place to contact. But take a picture of this, or take a picture of it in your mind, or remember it. Don't contact me or the family members. We can't do anything about it. You need to contact the authorities. I draw them, I don't solve them. And this is what they really looked like, and my pictures are pretty similar to that. And they are still seeking out this serial rapist to find his identity, guys. We need to put eyes on this. So share this, like it, subscribe to us. You know the deal. Peace out, true believers.